So welcome to everyone. Welcome to this November webinar of our LIAISE Cost Action. Today we have a lot of panelists and a speaker here because our idea is to present some of the results, some of the successes cases of some our LIAISE Cost Action members that had profits of our networking tool, like short-term scientific mission, virtual mobility, dissemination conference, or even ITC Conference Grants. So you will see different stories, different actions that they have implementing during this year, and you will see not only like the general steps or the general procedure that you could of course see and look for in the Cost Action website, but also like the benefits and the experience that they have lived. So today we have, like I mentioned, we have here 7 people plus myself because I couldn't count properly. And we will talk to you and discuss several actions. Let's start with always. I'm going to share with you like the outline. We will mention, or I will do a first action grant update about how many action and networking action we have granted. Later on, I will start with my grant that was a Dissemination Conference Grant, and later on we will go for virtual mobility, ITC Conference Grant, shorter scientific mission. Finally, we will go for the questions you have in the box inside below the Zoom image, so you could ask whatever you consider, or even raise your hand, and I will allow you the right to speak. So basically, let's start with the summary of what has been approved. Regarding virtual mobility, we have a total budget of 2,000 euros. We have here the names of the people. We have Alexander Erset that's here today for one of the virtual mobility related to the state-of-the-art report of Working Group 1. We have another one from Olivia for North Macedonia, Powell for Norway, and Radu for Moldova. You could see in the screen, I'm not going to enter to all the detail, but they are different topics like raising awareness, identification of industrial opportunities, or even though the empowering of young researchers. Regarding ETC Conference Grant, we have here today for speak about that Ina Casey from Albania and Natalia Kudeksa from Latvia. They will explain the different grant and the different conference that they both are attended in the past, but also we have also Donjeta from Kosovo and Hasi for Turkey that they have already also received some ITC conference grant. Regarding short-term scientific mission, today we have here Estelle, Marina, Aloesa as the people that have received some short-term scientific mission grant. They came from, I put from, but it's from Spain, from North Macedonia, and from Moldova, but also even he's not here in that list. We had Victor Prokop today because he has been the host of Marine, and he's going to tell to you the other part of short-term scientific mission, how you could be a host, what are the benefits, etc. And finally, we have also our Cost Action had granted from me the attendance to the European Circular Week. So after that presentation, short presentation, you could see that we have received and granted different networking tools. That's true that we have also received more, but the budget was limited. So in case that someone is here that had not received the budget for this first grant period, just to mention that the second grant period has started. We launched the call for the short-term scientific mission, for the ITC conference grant, and also for the virtual mobility. So you are more than welcome to check again your application and submit again, because this year we had more budget, and it could be a good opportunity for you to profit and to connect and increase your know-how, but also your networking. So after that, we are going to start like the main part of our session that will be to explain the different grantees that we have implemented. So I will start myself with the Dissemination Conference Grant with our experience in European Circular Width. Just to start saying that European the dissemination grants are conference grants are focused for the core group of our cost action, because they have to promote in big events the action. So it is understanding that the core group has more information and have more contact about the result of our action, and it's more easy for us, I include myself, to explain and to promote the project. Based on that, I received the invitation from one of our working group members from Poland, Agnieszka. She invited me to go and attend the European Circular Week that they organized in Warsaw the last week of October, and I asked myself to attend them. So this conference grant has been used to disseminate our project and also to try to engage more people in our network. My participation had like two main actions. The first one was on Tuesday, and I had been jury member for the Circular Economy Student Day. There was like 5 groups presenting different industrial symbiosis projects, and I was part of a jury of 10 members, more or less, that we evaluate in person the different projects, and finally we have like 3 main winners. Also, I have been keynote speaker at the beginning of this competition, and I have the chance to explain to all the attendants in person and online what LIAISE COST Action was. The second day, I was panelist in one of the panel of the European Sustainability Congress. I have the opportunity to present and discuss the connection between circularity and well-being. So I was very happy because I could also invite some people that could be interested to take part in our initiative, and I think that we could boost more industrial symbiosis in Poland country. Just to make a final summary from my side, I think that attend to this kind of conference like European Circular Week has been a step further for our LIAISE COST Action. We have increased our networking and collaboration opportunities, as I mentioned, also increase our visibility, our recognition, and also to try to enhance our reputation and credibility. Also, I'm trying to find future funding and project opportunity from my side as a organization of the COST Action, but also as a chair. So I think that from this experience, we could say that there is a lot of good opportunities that will came probably in this second year. So thank you so much for my time, also for listening to me. But now I would like to give the floor for the virtual mobility grant. We are going to go for the experience from working group leader. Probably most of you know himself, but anyway, I'm going to present. We have today here Alexander Ersek. He is from Croatia. He's graduated from the Faculty of Economics in Osijek and also postgraduated in Master of Science and major in Entrepreneurship. He is Croatian Association of Procurement member, also Association of Alumni in the Postgraduate Student of Entrepreneurship. Apart from it, also part of the Croatian Chamber of Commerce. Apart in our actions, she is working group leader, as I mentioned, and he had a lot of experience in entrepreneurship, in leader good working group, as he did with our COST Action. So I will give the floor to him to explain his experience with the virtual mobility that they did in Pinot Grown in May.
July.
July, sorry. You can start your screen if you want.
Okay, thank you very much. Basically, Almudena, do I need to share my screen slides or?
If you want, yes.
Yeah, I'll just put those 2 slides just to be on the safe side. Okay, now when we have 3 screens, hopefully this one is the right one. Okay. Okay, so I do hope you see the screen with the slides. Yeah. Okay, now, yeah, this one. So basically, when I joined the group, or when I joined the action, I honestly didn't know anything about anything. And then when I became work group one leader, what we see was the issue that we have to produce the report, and the problem was that we were not maybe, or we were working, but it was needed an assistance and coordination. And then during one of our MC meetings or core group meetings, there was a possibility to apply for virtual mobility, and that is something that basically helped us, both me and Pavel, Pavel also got the virtual mobility grant for during the last year, and it helped us in preparing and coordinating a state-of-the-art report, because during this virtual mobility we were working concisely, and we were really focusing on what we need to do. Since the whole group was there was out of our group, which was at that time had 90 people, 25 people were working on the report, and with the virtual mobility we were able to organize ourselves in subgroups. And again, thank you, Estelle is here, from which I can see, which contributed to the state-of-the-art report, and also to all other 24 members of our group. And you can see the Jansu is here on the screen, Peter, Vicky, and Yvonne. And with this basically virtual mobility, it helped us to create a good base, a good starting point for which then resulted in the, I would say, a nice report. The report will be available on the web pages of the action. But what and how we started when we were preparing, basically what we like to do is to create a document which would represent an essential source for creating a state-of-the-art report. So during our meetings on the virtual mobility, we were able to create the several subchapters which became a part of the report, and to clear all unclear items, which basically put the report on the right way. And after my mobility, the Pavel's mobility was due next. And basically with his mobility, we were able to finish all we needed to prepare the state-of-the-art report. The second was the research coordination. So basically with the virtual mobility, we were able to coordinate the efforts of our working group members, which was great, because when there is like lots of people, and 25 people, I would say, is a lot, who are preparing a report, you usually overlap and write something which was already written. And with this virtual mobility, we were able to coordinate this research and create that we don't overlap or we don't do the things twice. And finally, which is also the most important, is a capacity building. And I believe that this virtual mobility helped not only me, but also the other people which were included in this virtual mobility to increase the capacity. What we got from the virtual mobility is the paper, which was the base of the report, and finally the report. But also, I can say that I got to know people better with whom we are working. Of course, we have the working group meetings and everything, and I like to meet people in face-to-face. But again, when this is not possible this way, we were able to meet more often, and which will help us probably in the next to be better group in the next 3 years of the project. Also, we got the ideas for the new cooperation. So we proposed a bilateral project between Croatia and Norway. Unfortunately, we didn't get the project, but as a result of the second virtual mobility, Pavel and Aida from Romania, they got their bilateral project. So this is again capacity building, and building on what we are doing on the cost is getting a new project. For me, again, the second biggest result is the starting cooperation with researchers in Oman, who are doing the same thing on the industrial symbiosis. They said they will join the LIAISE action as well. So this can result with a new mobility. Who knows? I mean, the future is still unclear. But I will finish with this, is everyone should try to apply for mobility. because with this you can meet people, you can go to the conferences, and you can sharpen your instincts, sharpen your research skills. The process is really simple, and basically, with the good idea, there are no limits. So I will stop now, and I'm here, and ask me anything. So thank you again.
Thank you so much, Alexander, for your kind word and your ideas. Let's continue with our presentation. Now we are going to move to the ITC Conference Grant. It's an opportunity to disseminate your work, but also to mention LIAISE COST Action. On that sense, we have today two people that are going to tell us their history of this year. The first one is Ina. Ina Kisi is a lecturer at the Management Marketing Department of the European University of Tirana, and she's also PhD candidate of the University of Seville. She's member of the European Council for Small Business, and also she's an active participant in our action, especially in Working Group 3. The second one will be Natalia Kudenka-Purina. She's associated professor in BA School of Business and Finance. She has almost 20 years of experience in sustainability, and also she worked in Latvia in the development of Latvian waste management system. She also has experience with the Ministry of Environmental Protection and also with the regional development of Latvia. And apart from that, he has been also responsible of policy planning and also the National Waste Management and Circular Economy Framework. So basically, let's start with Ina and with her presentation. And the floor is yours, Ina. Thank you. Ina, are you there? Okay, maybe she had some internet connection. Natalia, could you start maybe?
Yes, sure. Okay, Almudena, do you want me to share the presentation, or
Yeah,
it's
of course, you could share and
okay?
you could work as you want.
Yes, just a second. Screen's open. Need to find it. Okay, just a second. Somehow I cannot see it. Okay, yeah, here it is. Here it is. So it should be coming on the screen. Okay, and it should be full screen now, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. Perfect. Yeah. Okay, so I'll actually be quite quick on this one. Well, the core idea, as soon as we find a conference that matches our research needs and research interests, and also falls under the scope of the LIAISE COST Action, so there is a chance to apply for this conference grants. And actually, from my experience, the process, all in all, is quite simple and very straightforward. So that's the main point. So you don't have to just dig through a lot of different documents and understand what's what and how to do it. So, and the main advantage is that there is a grant awarding user guide, which is available for every one of us before we actually have this idea, so we can evaluate. But first of all, so the main thing is that you have to have, initially you have to submit an abstract, and you have to have this abstract acceptance letter. So basically that it is being accepted for the conference, and then you choose, basically you state there whether you have an oral presentation or poster presentation whatsoever. And after that, you are able to basically fill the application itself. And I guess, I tried to figure out how much time did I spend, but I guess it was definitely less than 1 hour, basically to provide all the data, because you have to also state main aims of why should you participate in this conference? What would be the benefit for example, for the cost action, and also for you as a researcher individually. Yes, the evaluation process actually was also very straightforward. So here you can see, well, for example, my dates. So I had my application submitted on June 29th, and already on the 5th of July, I've got the decision of ITC grant awarding. So it was super quick. And then already I could understand that, yeah, okay, so I will have some part of the costs covered, and that would make to be possible to plan all the trip and yeah, so basically to take part in the conference itself. And afterwards, so basically at the day of the event, actually, I guess there is already automatic notification, so don't forget to submit the report. Which is also quite useful because, well, of course, with the conferences and a lot of different stuff, well, some things might skip our mind. So there also you have a user guide with the full process description, how to do and what to do. You have to also provide a short report of the results of the events, what were the main achievements, for example, benefits for you as a researcher. Were you able to do some dissemination activities? What type of activities, well, basically, did you do? And I can share from my experience that I have established new contacts for example, with 2 universities in Poland and 1 university in Germany. Well, with Poland, we're still maybe thinking of some ideas and potential cooperation. With German colleagues, we have already submitted, well, an abstract for a conference in February, and now we are already kicking off work on 1 research paper. So, well, the results are quite obvious. So we can establish better connections, better cooperation, and of course, yeah, well, if we are able to disseminate, well, basically the results of the LIAISE cost action and basically share the information of what we're doing here. And actually, I was able to share this information with a couple of representatives, for example, from Brazil and Colombia, which were also very interesting because they are doing industrial symbiosis issues, and they were really interested in reading more about the cost action. Yeah, but so that's with the results and the technical part. So on the right-hand side of the slide, actually, you can see all the documents that you have to submit after the event. So basically, you have to submit the presentation of the certificates of attendance, conference program. Well, in case there is also scientific program, also you can upload that. In case something is missing, you will have a instant message that, well, you forgot to upload this and this, so you have to redo it again. And actually, I guess on the next day, I've already received information that everything is okay, it's accepted, and basically the system can proceed with the reimbursement. So yeah, it really is quite simple, quite straightforward, and I think that well, if you have any idea that you're planning to attend a conference, that is really a good support to well, yeah, how to do it. Yeah, so guess that's all from my side. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Natalia. Ina, are you there?
Hi, everyone. I'm sorry. As I'm outside, I have some internet problems. I hope this will not affect my presentation now. Just a second. I will try to share my PowerPoint. Okay. Please, I need a little bit of feedback from you.
Yeah,
It
just
is
if you could do full screen.
Sorry?
Just do full screen, please.
So do all my slides appear?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, well, to be honest, I prepared a more theoretical presentation compared to my colleague who just talked. So I'm starting with the most practical part based on the presentation of my colleague Natalia. In fact, I was hearing her and the experience was almost the same. So first of all, I would like to highlight the fact that during all the process of receiving this grant, I have had full support from all the members of the team who were at the part of administering this process. I would like to highlight a little bit the moment when it was necessary to upload the report and the other components after finishing my conference. I didn't notice that one of the documents I need to attach to finalize the submission of the report was missing, and I have had 4 conversations by mail with all the part of the team managing the process. And I would like to highlight that I have had the full support from them. I want to thank all. I want to thank to give a big thank to Almudena, first of all, and all the other members of this big team, of this big project, because it was a great opportunity to participate at PISA conference. It was a great opportunity to present our progress regarding the role of our working group, enhancing the awareness and acceptance of industrial symbiosis. During the conference, I noticed that at least half of the participants in my session have had no idea regarding the concept of industrial symbiosis. So it was a great opportunity to share and to disseminate the concept and the aim of our the aim of our cost action. And then one of the colleagues that were participating at the same session where I presented had something similar in terms of accountability and in terms of some innovations regarding accountability standards that include the attention that it is paid to environment. So it was great, and the colleague from Portugal expressed her interest to collaborate and to learn more about our cost action. So this was, let's say, a kind of direct output from the session during which I was presenting. As I said at the beginning, I started, I planned, let's say, a theoretical presentation, and I would like to firstly bring some attention to the aims of our cost action.
Sorry, Ina, could you do full screen, please, in the presentation?
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
So some of the main objectives of our cost action are in terms of research coordination, capacity building, and international collaboration. I would like to mention that the participation in the conference for which I took the grant from this cost action offered a great opportunity to create some international collaboration in terms to knowledge exchange and to promote the concept and the aim of our project, also in terms of research coordination, because as I mentioned a little bit previously, the colleague from Portugal, even that was with an expertise file from accountability, but found the concept interesting and was interesting to collaborate furthermore in terms of trying to link accountability with the notions and with the main philosophy we are aiming to promote through our cost action. It was, as I said, it was an opportunity to foster knowledge dissemination, to create a network and to collaborate with the others, and to highlight the importance of industrial symbiosis in the nowadays societies and environments where we are living. This cost action offered me the opportunity to participate in terms of my personal and professional growth, offered me the opportunity to participate at at quite a good conference like Euromed Academy of Business Annual Conference, which is a major conference in terms of business management, an important conference in terms of size, content quality, and the tendencies standing reputation. I had the opportunity to discuss with other international experts, which offered insights for me and for my colleague Annie, who is also the co-author of the topic we have presented, how to improve our work and what to do in order to promote the concept and the aim of our research, not just as a conference topic, but to prepare and to advance the topic in terms, for example, of a book chapter or of a full article. And also they supported us and offered some insights for us in terms of methodology improvement. What we presented during the conference was related regarding first of the impact of circular economy and how the circular economy research has been impacted by the advancement of Industry 4 and network approaches over time. Then how the advancement of Industry 4 and network approaches over time have impacted the research on industrial symbiosis, and what are the upcoming opportunities to consider in research in terms of the link between circular economy and industrial symbiosis. We have presented the concept of industrial ecology and the concept of sustainability, and then in this way we have prepared, let's say, the framework to present the industrial symbiosis concept and then to link theoretically the concepts. We have highlighted the key benefits of industrial symbiosis in terms of driving innovation, competitiveness, reducing environmental impact, and the enhancement of cost savings and resource efficiency. So we have proposed, in fact, a qualitative methodology in terms of exploring what research have advanced regarding industrial symbiosis. And the idea was through the conference to share those findings with other colleagues from other countries and to possibly distinguish perspectives of and options, let's say, or alternatives of application of this concept. Well, here I have highlighted some opportunities offered by the conference and some expected outcomes. As I mentioned a little bit previously, this conference has presented us the opportunities to apply a more advanced format of what we have presented here and to apply in the near future to expand and to improve the research we have presented here in terms of an article or in terms of a book chapter. So this is our aim, let's say, or the expected outcomes, or what we aim furthermore after the conference participation. So let's say the role of our cost action in this case was that has provided for us a vital support structure for collaborative research and dissemination, and the opportunity to participate in such a high impact conference like IMAB. Thank you. I hope I didn't go so fast as I am in Erasmus week and I need to catch some other deadlines. I hope I was in time and not so fast.
No, everything was perfect, Nina. Thank you so much for
Thank
your
you.
time and for your presentation. So basically, after the presentation, Natalie and Nina, you could see the benefits of applying for ITC Conference Grants. Just to remark again that unfortunately or not, ITC Conference Grant that's only for people that came from ITC countries.
Yes.
As you know, it's inclusive target countries according to the cost action rules and nominations. So in that sense, for example, France, Spain are not this kind of countries, but if you came from other countries like Slovenia, North Macedonia, etc., you are in. So there is all this information of the country, and all that information is in our website, but also in Cost Action General website in case that you have some doubts. But if not, also as Ina mentioned, Petre and Mine are the grant awarding coordination and co-leader. They are always for your support, for asking you and solve your question and your doubt. So in case of any question, you could ask to them. Now let's move to the last part of our presenters and speaker. Let's go for the short-term scientific mission. That's at the end the experience of research and mobility. And here today, what we could do is to see different perspectives. That will be the case of Estelle and Marin, that will be the researcher that has gone to another city and another country. And later on, we will have Victor, that has been the host of Marin. So let's start with Estelle. Just to mention that she's a COO and consultant of Rideco, that is a Spanish consultant based on Alicante, specialized in circular economy and industrial symbiosis. They help to small and medium, normally manufacturing companies, to try to track the environmental impact, identify some risks, and also to go to try to be more sustainable and green. So now the floor is for Estelle.
Thank you, Amelina. I'm going to share my screen. Okay. I do not know. Is it in full? It's tiny?
It's tiny, yeah. It's like
Okay.
in
See Alexander
in
making
in a way.
I have a little bit of noise. Hopefully you can't hear.
Now it's okay. Thank you.
Okay. Can you hear this noise? Should I shut the door?
No, it's okay.
Okay. So my grant was a short-term scientific mission. A short-term scientific mission can last between 5 days, a week, and 6 months. I was granted 2,500 euros for 5 days. So as you can see, it's pretty comfortable grant. I didn't have to worry about anything because I had to go from Valencia to Huddersfield, England. The connection wasn't direct. I had to go to Spain. I had to take the train to Spain, take the plane, take a hotel there to wait for the plane, go to Manchester, take another train, take a taxi. It was very long. So thankfully, I had this financial support, and I didn't have to worry about rushing too much and trying to take the cheapest but less convenient transport. So as my colleagues Natalia was saying, the application was very simple and straightforward. Only had one application form to fill in. And in the end, you do that via the eCost website, and it's completely straightforward, and you just follow the instructions. And the same thing for the report. At the end of the short-term scientific mission, you have 15 days, or I think, yes, it's 15 days to submit the report. And it's a very short report with 2 questions, and you just detail what you have done and what the results were. And you submit it, and I'm in the phase of getting reimbursement for the money I have used basically for this STSM. So the goal of my STSM, of my travel, was to learn LCA, so life cycle analysis, from Thanos, who is working in the University of Huddersfield. Thanos is part of the Cost Action. I met him through the different meetings that we have had here in Spain and in other places too, in Brussels, for example. So yes, he specializes in life cycle analysis, and I wanted to go and learn how to do this analysis to be able to provided for my clients in the end, because we are we are a company trying to implement industrial symbiosis, and LCA is a great tool to analyze basically how companies could innovate and could integrate circular models within their existing business models. So the goal was also to explore how LCA could help in the context of industrial symbiosis and do a real-life application with the SIMAPRO program, to which I do not have access, but Thanos has access with the university. So the results of this experience, I don't know if you see if this is also, I think that's better. Okay, so the results of this experience for the client, in the end, we were able to use their data to validate internally the process of using recycled plastic, so that they could know if, because basically they make a product out of recycled plastic and out of virgin plastic, and they wanted to see really if this had an impact, an environmental impact, because the plastic has to be transported, and they wanted to see really if what they were doing was really having an environmental impact. So we were able to validate that process and give them also indicators of their products. When I say indicators, it's like how much CO2 is being used to make each product, how much water, how much electricity, and those indicators they are able to use in comparison to their competition. And also just they were able to make data-driven decisions, basically to integrate the circular model within their business model. And after validating this internally, they can now turn to small-scale synergies with other companies, taking their plastic to use it to make their product and validating that. So that would be the next step. For me, it really it upgraded my skills for me and my company in the end, because I learned how to do an LCA. I learned what are the limits and I mean, basically what we can do with LCA in terms of helping a client make better informed decisions. And also the fact that I went over there and I saw how Thanos was working with LCA and what he was doing with his students, we thought we could potentially collaborate in the future for full LCAs. If I have a client that really needs an LCA that requires SIMAPRO program, we could subcontract the University of Huddersfield to carry out that analysis and potentially bridge also the knowledge gap between universities and all the methodologies and technologies they are developing to have more efficient companies, and actually apply them in real life situations with my clients. For cost, of course, the fact that I went over there and we were able to exchange the knowledge of how to do an LCA and potentially collaborate together to implement more industrial symbiosis cases is directly related to what industrial symbiosis is that exchange of knowledge, helping validate also circular business models for companies, and also helping to introduce LCA in Spain and helping to normalize it as a way to reduce costs and environmental impact. Positive aspects of the mobility. So this is a picture of me in front of University of Huddersfield. I was very happy to be back in England, since I hadn't been in England for 20 years. So that's something I'm very thankful for. The main objective of the mobility, of course, was to have access to the SIMAPRO software, which I wouldn't have been able to access in another situation. New ideas and collaborations with Thanos and the University of Huddersfield was actually already done a due diligence of our company and accepted the fact that we can collaborate together for future projects. And also seeing how Thanos is working on industrial symbiosis and circular economy in his own context of work. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Estelle. Thank you so much for your presentation. And I'm very happy that Cost Action could give you back to England.
I don't know how to get out of this. Wait.
Don't worry. If not, I think I could get it down. Just continue with Olexia Plonit that I forget to mention before. I'm so sorry. She's another example of someone that has already that he's already done certain scientific missions. Let's present herself. She is professor at law at the Faculty of Law in Moldova, specialized in consumer law and business law. Also, it's important to mention that this is also the chair of another action, Eco for All, that was granted at the same time that our action, and she holds more than 20 years experience in all the legal aspects. Also, she has a lot of scholar articles and about consumers, and has a lot of experience on protection legislation, European business law, etc. So she had also the opportunity 1 or 2 weeks ago to finalize her certain scientific mission granted by our action. So I will give the floor to her to present.
Thank you, Almudena, for the presentation. I will try to share my presentation PowerPoint. Just a second. So I'm sure it is on full screen, yeah?
Yes.
So, hello everybody. Yes, indeed, I'm the beneficiary of STSM granted by the Cost Action LIAISE. The topic of my STSM was focused on developing industrial symbiosis training in Romania. So the period of the grant was 7 to 19 October 2024 at Academy of Economic Studies, Bucharest from Romania. One of the main deliverables of my STSM was the report on industrial symbiosis training in Romania, which explored the development and implementation of future training programs for industrial symbiosis in Romania. My research methodology was based mainly on literature review, as relevant literature on industrial symbiosis for promoting green economy in Romania was reviewed, including studies by Simona Frone and Andreea Constantinescu on eco-innovation in Romania for small enterprises, small medium enterprises. Also, I had made reference to several case studies, Romanian case studies such as EcoReg project in Suceava country were analyzed to understand the practical application of industrial symbiosis principles and stakeholder engagement through a workshop. The last research methodology was also based on stakeholder feedback that I met during my meetings with research staff, academic, university stakeholders. So anybody who met me, and I had possibility to change different opinions on that topic. So I had several meetings thanks to the host of my STSM, the Dean of the Law Faculty of Academy of Economic Studies of Bucharest, Mr. Ovidiu Dumitru. So first of all, I met the administration of the faculty, after the directorate and other people who were interested in my topic of research. Also, I was participating in a book launch in the field of a civil procedure matter. I was invited also an international conference focused on international law and diplomacy in Black Sea region. And of course, I was participating also in other events organized at other universities the biggest university from Romania, University of Bucharest, where I was participating in also an international conference on recent reforms in Central and Eastern Europe. As these kind of meetings help me to establish new contacts and to establish new possibilities of my research, especially for current state of industrial symbiosis training in Romania. I established that there are some educational gaps. Romanian universities provide limited coursework on industrial symbiosis and circular economy principles. The Inside Erasmus Plus blueprint suggests creating specialized curricula focuses on waste management, but not all the universities are implementing this kind of curricula. Secondly, there is a limited practical training. Practical exposure to industrial symbiosis remains scarce. So the EcoRate project serves as an example of regional initiative that brought together industrial and municipal representatives in workshops to discuss potential industrial symbiosis applications. And I established that small and medium enterprises essential to Romanian industrial sectors often lack awareness on benefits of industrial symbiosis. Key findings from stakeholders' engagement were established by 3 approaches. First of all, industry hesitations, policy gaps, and regulatory support needed. All of them are developed in the report attached to the STSM. As recommendations at the final of the report, I established there is a need for a standardized curriculum, practical training, digital training, and industry insensitive. Suggestions for future actions, I consider that it's necessary for continuous learning programs, international collaboration, and monitoring of evaluation, of course, thanks to different approaches of cost actions by organizing events, conferences, workshops, and seminars. And as a career impact and opportunities for me, this STSM create an opportunity to enhance my expertise in sustainable practices and industrial symbiosis training, strengthening skills in project implementation and stakeholder collaboration, to expand my professional network with Romanian and European, which are focused on industrial symbiosis, and to have some access to policy and educational reforms that are already ongoing process in Romania. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Alessia, for your presentation. Let's go for the next one. The next one is from Marian. Let me first of all to present himself. Also, he is one of our now new leaders of our cost action working group, completely for working group 3. He's professor of the economica at the University of Tuzla in Bosnia. He teaches courses on public sector economics, but also in microeconomics. But also he had research in environmental economic and also in local economic development. So I will give him the floor to explain his sort of scientific mission. In fact, he was the first one that applied and received the grant just at the beginning of the first grant period. So he could explain to you the experience.
Thank you. I'm going to try to share the brief presentation and hopefully you can all see it. Let me just, can you see it or?
Yes.
Let me just try to share the whole screen and get everything. Is it full now? Is it full screen?
Not yet.
Start with presentation, Merim. Pokreni prezentaciju.
Let's see. There we go. Is it full now?
Yes. Thank you so much.
Okay, I'm going to try to follow your guidelines and be dynamic and brief. Since I was the first person to receive the short scientific mission, I'm not going to repeat what Alessia and what everyone else said regarding their research and everything else. But before I start, I just want to ask everyone if you have any questions regarding this application, and if you can't reach Petre or anyone else to help you with the guidelines or show you how to do it, just let me know. I'm always online. I'll let you know how to do it. If you have any questions regarding anything, I'm open to help you with whatever you need. When I decided to actually apply for the short mission, I was looking for a really, really good host. And luckily for me, I met Viktor Prokop in Czech Republic. And it was a wonderful, wonderful experience. But beforehand, before I wanted to actually do what I wanted to do in the Czech Republic, I didn't know what I was going to do within the framework of LIAISE. So I discussed it with some of the colleagues within my working group, and it was pretty much self-explanatory that I should do, and I have to do something with regard to stakeholders. And that's exactly what I did. I found my topic and I contacted Victor, and he said, Miriam, you're more than welcome to come here and do the research, and we'll be open to you and help you with everything that you need. So just come and visit and stay with us for as long as you need. And I said I need about 7 days, and that should be more than enough to get all the experiences from the Czech Republic and actually to compare the countries from EU and the ITC countries, which was very fruitful, let me tell you. And after I identified my topic, since the whole idea for me personally, doing the research for a short mission is not only for me, it's also for my group, because I share the results of my group or my research within my group, as I did the presentation in Pardubice in the Czech Republic, and later on I did my presentation to my group so that we know what actually has been done within the working group and what actually Miriam has done within his short scientific mission, so that there are no dark avenues, so that we all know what has been done and what needs to be done. However, like I said in this presentation here, short guidelines are very, very important for anyone who is about to apply. Contact the potential host institution, like I did with Victor. Explore the possibilities of writing the grant proposal with your host. That's a very good option if they can help you and if they have the resources that can guide you. I think Estelle has found a really, really good host that actually guided her and helped her with the research that she needed done. Grant proposal may, in the future, we don't know, probably will, in my case, develop into future projects, as I hope that I will continue my collaboration and my research with Victor, and in the future we'll get some ideas developed for future projects. And be aware of the funding limits. Estelle said that she was very comfortable. I was also more than comfortable in Pardubice with the funding, but be aware that the funding is limited, and not to ask way too much and leave some room for other people who are about to apply. Because cost actions have enough money for the short missions, but have some respect for other people who will apply in the future, and give them some room so that everyone can go. So that's my personal opinion. But when you get there and start working with your host, be close to your host and work with him very closely, because there are some aspects that you might not be familiar with. And always ask questions. That's me personally as an individual. I always ask questions about everything. And enjoy your research, enjoy your stay there, because if you don't, then the research is not going to have any concluding remarks that can be beneficial for the whole group or the LIAISE project overall or in general. And for the future, let's say, explore the option of having a workshop to present your research. This is exactly what we did in Pardubice. We had a round table / workshop / I'm not going to say training school, but more of a workshop roundtable, where Victor invited several doctoral candidates, his colleagues, who actually do research within this area of environmental economics and in general, circular economy and industrial symbiosis. It was such a success. I was very happy about it. I'm sure Victor is going to share some pictures from that workshop, or the round table, as we call it. Was very beneficial for the students. We had a lot of questions after the presentations. We had colleagues from different countries who also presented similar topics, from Vietnam, from I think Romania, me from Bosnia, I think there was a person also from Denmark or Norway, was very, very fruitful and very, very information for everyone who was there. One of the things that was very, very good for me as a researcher was the whole networking and capacity building. Why? Because the future steps that actually followed after my short scientific research was the visit of my working group 3 in Riga, which was just an absolute success, which I didn't know was going to be such a success until we got there. We got so much information regarding industrial symbiosis, and our hosts, Jintra and Natalia, presented so much information to us regarding legal barriers, how to overcome the legal barriers within industrial symbiosis. Why am I telling you this? Because when I visited Osijek about a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, the same exact problems are in Croatia. The same exact problems are in Estonia. The same exact problems are in Latvia. And I'm pretty sure the same problems will continue to be in the Czech Republic. So there are overlapping areas, and that's why these research short missions are very, very important. So you can share your ideas and see what the problems are. For example, one of the best examples of such an issue is that Alexander and me, we did not know that his country and my country actually do have a collaboration between two companies in my hometown and his hometown. And they're included in industrial symbiosis. We had no clue, but we found out in Osijek during the presentation of one of the stakeholders that we invited to join our roundtable or trainings. It was very, very educational. To conclude, to be very short, benefits of the short scientific research are enormous, and I would recommend to everyone just to apply. Don't have any fear, don't have any limitations, just apply and see what's going to happen. Once you get there, things change. Things change because you get into a new environment, a diverse environment that will enable you to do your research and help you grow further as a researcher. And finally, I'm going to finish there. Try to be a host. Try to be a host for someone who will come to your country or come to your university and do their own research. Let's say invite Estelle or invite Miriam or LaSalle, or we'll invite you. It's such a great experience. I can't stress enough for anyone who's going to apply for the future STSM. It's so much fun, and you do very, very good research, and it enables you to do future research and future collaboration and future capacity building. So I'm going to end there, and I'm open for any questions. If you guys have any questions for me, I'll be more than happy to answer them to you. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Marian. And also it's so positive and so good to see that you have so good experience and this good opinion about Victor. So now let's go further for see what Victor's think about the short-term scientific mission.
Hi everyone. It was a good joke that we changed the roles. But don't worry, I have the same experience and same feelings like Merim. And I have to say that I'm very glad that Merim enjoyed his stay in Pardubice. And the same experiences for us. And first of all, I want to say that if you plan to be host organization, it's very easy. And there is no like administration burden, or you don't have any additional expenses, and it's very easy, like from the point of view of communication and also during the stay of your colleague from Cost Action. So I highly suggest for everyone to become also the host organization. And I want to say that we are very open to invite another colleagues from the Coast Action, because Czech Republic, it's ITC country, so it's inclusive target country. And for us, it's very interesting and very important to share your experience from your countries, because we have a lot of international students and I have a lot of doctoral students, and every time we are organizing workshops for them. So the same happened with Merim. Unfortunately, I didn't prepare presentation because I was expecting Merim to share the pictures from the event, but if you follow the LinkedIn of LIAISE Cost Action, you can see that we tagged the Cost Action, and I also shared a lot of pictures. So it's already online and I can send it to all of you. And as I wanted to say, we have a lot of young researchers and a lot of doctoral students, and as we are ITC country and the country of Central and Eastern Europe, the environmental awareness and the awareness about the industrial symbiosis, it's not so high. So every event like this one is very fruitful for us and for our young researchers, not only from Czechia, but also from other Eastern European countries. And we have a lot of doctoral students from Asian countries and from Africa. And we also, during this event that we organized with Merim, we had also some colleagues from different European countries. So it was the great opportunity to share knowledge and information about cost action, as we do every time when we organize our workshops, and also to give opportunity to get new knowledge for young researchers, which is also one of the aim of the cost action. So from my point of view, it was very fruitful, and we are very happy that we could host Merim. And of course, it's perfect when you can meet in person, not only online like today. So to sum up, it's very easy and very simple for the host organization. And it's highly recommended for all of you to be host or to go to visit your colleagues. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask.
Thank you so much. I have to say that first of all, I forget to present your CV. Sorry, but we are a lot and I lost. But just to make a deep recap about you, you are associate professor with the Science and Research Center in the University of Pardubice, sorry, in Czech Republic. He is a co-author of a lot of articles, more than 1,500. Apart from that, he published in journals like Technological Forescating, Social Change. I also, if I'm not wrong, have to say that now you are working on a journal about industrial symbiosis.
Yes, exactly.
The Journal of Environmental Management.
Yes, you already shared this information, so maybe I can say to the rest of the audience that at the moment we are opening special issue on the industrial symbiosis. So if you are interested, please contact me or Almudena, and we will share details that were already shared.
So once again, thank you, Victor, also for your presentation and for a point of view. I think it's quite interesting to see the other side. And also to mention that regarding shorter scientific mission, what we are doing in close cooperation with the Young Research Coordinator and are to prepare like a digital 4. So if you want to be a host of a shorter scientific mission, or even though you want to go as a applicant, but you don't know how to contact to someone or to identify a potential country organization to go, we are going to create this form, and later on we will do something similar to match the people, the host and the potential researchers that want to go. So we will try to board you and support you. But as Marin also mentioned, sometimes it's very easy to identify an organization or a person that you want to work with. So you could do it your own, or as soon as this form will be available, I think by the end of this year, you could also use this form that LIAISE is creating. So basically, I know that we are a little bit out of time, but I don't want to cut the presentation of anyone. So let's the time for the question. I know that Aida want to discuss or question something. You are able to open your microphone. So the floor is yours, Aida. Thank you for waiting.
So thank you very much, Almudena. Very interesting presentation. So actually, I discovered that a lot of things are going on behind the what we know about the working groups and the typical activities we are having within the project. I was also very surprised to realize that actually everything we did in work group 1 was under the virtual mobility. Really, Alexander never mentioned this. There is a virtual mobility supporting our work and meetings in order to produce that report. Yeah, well, it's not too late to find out. That's why I would be very happy if this is happening in the future to be also informed. I mean, us as contributors to different deliverables would be nice to know that we are actually part of a virtual mobility initiated by our colleagues, right? Because now we have another lady from Bulgaria, which is Olivia Filipovska. I don't know if it's here. Maybe she's having a virtual mobility because she's organizing meetings and is trying to attract some contributors for a guide or manual for implementation of the industrial symbiosis. Yes, of course, it's a voluntary work, but it's always good to know what is the initiative behind and what is the interest, you know. I think it's fair to know. Yeah, and I would like to also to comment to Olesea that she was doing some research in Romania, but she never tried to reach us. I saw she had some information about the Insight project, and we were a part of that project as a partners. And therefore, we are trying to go forward with these initiatives in industrial symbiosis and implement a project right now, financed by Norwegian funds. So maybe Olesea would be good to take to be in contact with me. And yeah, and I have a question regarding the ITC funds. I understand these are addressed only to the young researchers, young PhD. So
No, it's for
no.
It doesn't matter your age. You only have to be from one of the ITC countries.
Okay, so that it's a support for participating in conferences, and I have seen different deadlines, and I'm not. It's not very clear for me how to apply and when, because I can see like 4 deadlines.
Okay, yes. For example, what we used to do is to have 4 cutoff. That means if you apply in the first one, you could have more possibilities because the budget is in total, all our budgets in there. No one has applied yet, so all the budgets are there. If you go for the second and the third one, the budget will be limited depending on the application that has been approved in the previous one. If you have already identified a conference and you have already have the acceptance, because for applying for ITC conference grant, you need to have the information, the letter saying that you have been accepted as a speaker or your abstract had been accepted. So
My abstract has been accepted.
yeah, so
Okay.
as soon as you have that conference acceptance, you could apply for the ETC. If, for example, you are going to a conference in January and you have already that accepted, that abstract, you could apply now. It is for a conference in that you don't receive the abstract acceptance until January, you could go for the deadline of February. So that's also, it is for that they are different deadline, because we couldn't be evaluating all the time, and also that's it's useful for you to know when you could apply. Regarding how to apply, in this information, in this document, you have like the link to go directly to ECOS portal when you could fulfill all the data, and you need to submit your application.
Okay, great. Also, it was very nice to hear that you are going to facilitate some networking in order for us to identify some ideas for the STSM grants.
Yeah, we are going to do like this. We are going to have like finally you will see an Excel about the host and the potential researchers that want to go. So in case that you don't have like a personal link to someone, you could go there and say, okay, for example, I want to be host and identify this guy from North Macedonia, and you could contact them because the email and all the data will be there, because inside our LIAISE COST Action, there is not policy data protection because everything is open.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, I think there is another question from Lina. Do only COST Action members can participate in this call, or also other organizations? In general, you don't need to be a part from the you don't need to be a COST Action member. For example, Alexander mentioned in his presentation that he started a contact with a Oman organization, university, I don't remember well. So, for example, at the beginning, they were not in our action. But anyway, he could apply to go to Oman or even to United States or to any other country that are out of our action. So Lina, you could apply and have a host from out of our action, or even in the roundabout way, a person from an organization, for example, from a company that work with your cluster. If I'm not wrong, you came from a cluster. Some of these companies could apply and be hosted by one of our working group members. I hope I could solve your question. If not, you could write again. Okay, guys.
I'm just gonna interrupt you real quick. Please let me know if you guys have any questions. I'll be more than happy to help you. It's very easy. It's not very complicated. I'll guide you. I'll tell you what I had as an experience, a bad experience, a good experience. But I've actually had no bad experience with my application. I'll guide you. I'll help you. Whatever you need, I'm here. I'll let you know. So you can email me and let me know. I'm here to help you. Don't always look to. I'm not going to be able to get in touch with Petre. Almudena is not here. This guy is not here. Just let me know, because I've been there and I've been through it. And Victor was there also as well. And you heard what Victor said. And I'm always here to help you. So let me know, guys. Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Also regarding the virtual mobilities, I'm here. So yeah, all you need, just contact and I'll inform you how the procedure goes, what and how. So yeah, I'm here.
Also, just to mention that, as you know, this webinar will be published in our YouTube channel. Also, in the general cost action website, we have this specific page for our action, and there you have the email of everyone. So in case that you don't find the email of Merin of whatever, you could find there. And also, I remind to you that in May of that year, we record and we organize also a webinar with Petre and Mine. And in this webinar, they solve a lot of questions. Also, they go step by step about the application procedure. So on that sense, I also welcome to you to check again the webinar. Also, there is a QA Word document with the different questions that you did on that webinar. So, I mean, there is a lot of information, but again, as Merin said, they are here for support you. Petre and Min are the same as grant awarding coordination, and of course, myself as the chair of the action, I'm here to solve all of your questions and support you in the procedure of making the application. So let's close this webinar. Thank you so much for all the panelists. It has been a pleasure to moderate it and also to have the opportunity to present my dissemination conference. Thank you again for all the effort for apply for our grant awarding and to make Petre, Min, and myself to think a lot how to reduce your budget and how to support all of you, because sometimes it's a challenge, as Mary said, to fund everyone. But it has been a pleasure, and this second year we have more budget, and I hope that by the end of that second year, by 2025, we will have more stories to tell in another webinar. So thank you to all the people that are here, and have a nice weekend.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yeah.